Welcome to the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes and one of the great settings in all of college football. Boy, the scarlet and gray already rocking this house. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Hoosiers offense takes the field to start this game off. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him running by you and catching deep balls. You play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the catch. A lot of different ways that this guy is very dangerous.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Looking to throw, it's Weeks. Just a short pass to the tight end. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. The freshman able to get home with the sack. And Ohio State makes a ton of highlights with the big pass plays, but this defense has turned in its share over the years, too.
So things happen. Get after quarterbacks like you see right here.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. A little screen to the running back. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Makes a nice grab at the 25. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Buckeyes offense will take the field for the first time. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The lone back's got it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To throw, it's King. Safe completion on the screen. At the 35, he's got room. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The passing game continues to be prolific, and as much as Ohio State has been built on toughness, they've been built recently on the efficient passing game.
I mean, so many good quarterbacks. And you know you're going to get great play calling, great offensive design. Ohio State offenses every year, year after year, the names change, but the production continues to be the same.
That's a really nice run right there. And one of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had throughout the decades, this guy was meant to play in the shoe.
The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. They make the stop at the 19 after a pickup of 5.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back. You better block the defensive end. That's priority number 1. Good job blocking the defensive end. Getting a nice positive game on the toss play.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Makes his connection. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
I tell you what, all this spread offense, man, it's really accentuated receivers and so many different shapes and sizes. But this guy, they're going to find him. They're going to find him early. They're going to find him often. He's made so many plays throughout the season and really been the feature of this offense. And this dude has worked his way. He might get a trip to New York as a wide receiver. That is not normal, and neither is this dude.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
Listen, I know that's not a huge gain, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a 4th quarter game.
They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a 1st down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the 1st. Let's see what happens next.
He's got his man across the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. And the Hoosiers are flying down the field. From the gun, running back on the move.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
The option look. Nice job to keep it himself, find the 1st down marker, and move the change for this offense. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
They're strong and they're strong. they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
He'll keep it himself. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Yeah, and a great job by the defense, holding the line of scrimmage, playing downhill, playing responsibility football, making sure they shut down that option.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They're bringing heat. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. The Hoosiers will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. No fair catches here, looking for room. They'll get it down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Back to pass, it's King. Setting up the screen. Gets away from one, he's got space. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Quickly complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I don't think anybody expected this true freshman to jump in the scene here in college football and just explode the way he has. He has been making big plays week in and week out, and that's why this true freshman is square in the middle of the discussion when you're talking about Heisman Trophy.
They'll throw it on first down. Back open in the middle. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Hey, on offense, you just got to stay ahead of the sticks, and a big part of that is finding positive production on first down. When you've got this guy in the backfield, there's a lot of ways you can do that. You're going to hand it off to him, but how about dialing up the pass play on first down and just letting him go to work to set up 2nd and short?
Got the first down and more. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the change for this offense.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
And the Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking for a man, it's King. Fires to the right. It's complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And you know the line they kick around at Ohio State, Woody Hayes, forward pass, 2 of the 3 things that can happen are bad. Woody had dudes like this, he'd be spinning that magic bean all over this place.
You ain't lying. My, how times have changed. Now it is pass, pass, pass. Find explosive playmakers like this on the outside. Get them the football.
Got 8 on first down. Now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Though there are some notable exceptions, typically great pass rushers aren't nose tackles, but that was a great pass rush.
they're not nose tackles usually, those great pass rushers, but they are grown men. I mean, those are some adults in there. Those are the 300-plus pounders that will just destroy you in the run game. A nice job using his hands, using some power to shrink that pocket and get the sack.
The Buckeyes line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. The big fellas coming out in the goal line defense. They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point. And
I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. And this crowd loves a good pass rusher in the line of Chase Young, the Bosa's, Jim still wagging. The Buckeyes can get after the quarterback.
Yeah, and when the crowd's going nuts like it does in the shoe, it just makes it easier to rush the pass. So the snap count is silent, it's predictable, and then you pin your ears back, and that's why they've had so many great pass rushers at Ohio State.
He's got an open man. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the 2nd half, so they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last 1st down gets them a little bit of confidence.
He'll do it himself. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. And the Hoosiers headed quickly to the line. Handoff from the gun. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the 1st down before they finally get him on the ground. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. To the air, it's Weeks. The offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Pulls it in. It's Cook. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Hoosiers decide to punt it away. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Quick handoff. What a nifty run there to pick up the 1st down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. He wants to throw. Makes the grab on the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Scrambling away. Trying to escape and get it himself. Giving him his pads. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
These guys aren't human either. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
The Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense up.
And they got him for the sack. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Getting some heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And this crowd is losing it. Frenzied after the back-to-back sacks. 3rd and long coming up. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. And the Hoosiers will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They make the stop, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's see what the call is.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. Comes out throwing on 1st down. They've got the screen set up. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on 1st down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback on the move, still looking. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. He's going to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. And they get him down for the sack, and they'll go to the locker room feeling good about their pass rush. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the 2nd half. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They go to work in the 3rd quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the 2nd half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the 2nd half, this could be a much different-looking football game.
To the air, it's Kane. Using the quick game. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for him.
He makes the connection. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Late in the year, this guy is square in the middle of the Heisman Trophy discussion because of his performance. He throws a nice completion there for a first down, but it's been week in, week out. Big moments. He's led this team to a ton of wins. He is their best player.
Quick completion on the out route. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Buckeye aerial attack continues to be prolific. You feel as if they're on the verge of scoring on any snap.
And it's such a good blend between such great offensive talent year after year after year that you see go to the draft, but also great play calling, great play design. They've always got it working, and you know this offense is always capable of hanging 40 points and making it look easy.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll leave it with the lone back. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a first down.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead. But you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here. And I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
About to snap it for the 8th time on this drive, and it's a 3rd down and 4. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. To the air, it's King. The throw. He makes a grab, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
And listen, if I have a playmaker and running back like that with that kind of speed, yeah, I'm going to throw the swing to him too. He drops back, surveys the field. He says, I know my guy can make a play, gets the ball in his hands right now on the swing. He does the rest, gets in for the touchdown.
Indiana sends the offense onto the field. Trailing.
Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
He'll pull it on the read. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success.
He hauls it in, and nobody's close. Oh, look out. There he goes. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Indiana.
Hey, QBs love their big tight ends, and especially guys that can do such great things after the catch. He catches it. Dang, Palmer, he looks like a daggum receiver after he catches the football.
What a matchup nightmare, too, man. I mean, he's just too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. If I'm this QB, I'm looking that guy's way a lot more often than this one.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back back out there. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. Fast motion from the offense. Off play action on first down. Buying some time as he moves left. Trying to make magic with his feet. And it'll be a short game, but no need to take a big hit there on the scramble.
Well, they're trying to catch the defense off guard there with the bootleg. I don't think the ball handling was great by the quarterback. One reason why it didn't really fool anybody defensively. Give the defense credit. Good job with their eyes. They don't give up too many yards at all.
Now on second down. To the air, it's Kane. They're trying to get to him. He'll let one go down the right side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
They'll run the option. Now the toss. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
At the 33. Coming up, fourth down.
This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on fourth down. Try to get it on the ground. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Hey, man, 4th and 1 at any part of the field is risky to go for, especially when you're in your own end of the field. But they did. It was a good play call. I like them being aggressive, especially after getting that first down.
They're going to ride this running back. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He'll keep it himself. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, one of the reasons this offense likes the option game with the quarterback is to use his speed and try to attack the perimeter of the field. The defense, though, not having any of it. You saw the contain on the play, forcing him back in the middle of the field, and they're able to corral him for a huge loss.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He leaves it with the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Kane. Finds his big tight end. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They just need a few more inches here on 4th down, and they'll try to get it with the offense. Movement here from the tight end. Running for it on 4th down. Tackled, but he has a first down.
And if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
They'll try the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing.
He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football, run the clock, let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They move the tight end all over. Run in the red zone. It's John. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Buckeyes trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State. They extend this 4th-quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. Score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game is pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can get something to eat?
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's going to try to return this one. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. A first down for the offense. Looking to throw, it's Weeks. He's got his man. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
And that's a first down for the offense.
To the air on first down. Got his man on the right. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
And first down for the offense.
Looking to go up top on first down. Coming after him. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. The Hoosiers are in the hurry-up. On second down, he'll let it fly. Complete to the left. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. They'll throw it on first down. The quick out. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football.
And the Hoosiers come to the line with a new set of downs. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
First and goal, Indiana.
He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can.
It's now second and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking downfield, it's Weeks trying to get to him. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. Maybe they ought to try to score from deep. Fires to the end zone. And it's lobbed into the air, and that one's going to be picked off. Great job by the freshman. Kept his eyes in the right place and made the play.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
They'll give it to the back.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll go to the ground. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Fights off the defender. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, you know, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, Few places are richer in tradition, more steeped in nostalgia than this old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. And the scarlet and gray have this place rocking already. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will get the first crack at it here. And here he comes. This offense is built completely around the talents of this running back. A rare... in today's game, and all eyes are on him.
And the defense knows it too. You know every single snap, this defense is going to be keying on this running back, knowing that he is the key to the offense's success.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Feeling some heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Quarterback now breaking the field. Tough linebackers getting after quarterbacks. The Huskers have a rich tradition of that.
Yeah, and you think about the black shirts, and you hear that if you're a Nebraska fan, you know exactly what that means. Guys that are different, guys that see it, that hunt it, that go get the football like this guy just did.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Movement here from the tight end. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a fourth down. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. Having to kick it away after a 3-and-out's not what they had in mind. He'll field it close to the 50. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Cornhuskers offense will go to work for the first time today. This matchup on the outside, Jesse, a big play weapon for the offense, a shutdown corner for the D.
They say big-time players make big plays in big games, so who gets the best of this matchup? That's going to determine the game.
I mean, such a fun chess match. How much are they on each other during the game? The head-to-head matchup that everybody wants to see.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Throws for the tight end. Hauls it in. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Trying to find his man on first down. Got the quick pass. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Dances away. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. He's looking downfield to throw. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Using his legs to buy some time. Still running at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
Fires toward the end zone. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Oh, the offense just not able to come up with that. You knew that was going to be a bang-bang play, right? They're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to meet a contested catch on the back end, but he wasn't able to come up with it because of the hit.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. Back to pass, it's King. Quickly complete.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. He'll do it himself. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
That QB has a lot of faith in his wheels. Rightfully so, because he's such a great playmaker, but you can tell in the read option, he's going to stick that thing in there, right? He's going to read that defensive player. He's like, I got you, bro. He takes off, gets the first down. Quarterback wins that battle.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary.
But a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. That is no good. After the miss, no change in the score.
Oh, just didn't have enough leg. It looked like he had the accuracy. It looked like it was going right between the uprights, just not enough power on the kick.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. After the 9-yard pickup on 1st down, here's 2nd and 1. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. He's into the open down the middle. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Husker! And once he got loose, it was all over.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver shows motion. Looking to pass. It's King. Quarterback extends the play. Buys a little time with his feet. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. It's caught. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
The run from the shotgun. Fighting off the defender. And he is stopped behind the line, and that's how we'll finish the first quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Right back to him. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered on.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Back to throw, it's King. Pressure coming. Right through the wicket. He just flat dropped it on the crosser, and it'll be 4th down. The Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
So after the first down run, here's 2nd down. Motion from the offense. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. He's right on target. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Gets it out fast. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
Trying play action. He wants to take the top off. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Cornhuskers!
Number 17.
Effective offense, leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, way to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Oregon is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Justin Herbert had a hand in getting this kid to Eugene, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Illinois. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. It's caught downfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, really nice catch there getting the first down. This dude at wide receiver, man, he is a playmaker. You think about Ohio State and the recent run they've had on first-round picks at the position. Michael Thomas, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. This guy keeps making plays like that. He's got an opportunity to go in the first round.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue...
He lets one fly deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
On third down, he drops to throw. Complete downfield. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Gonna take a shot. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. How about that quarterback taking the shot downfield and delivering to the wide open receiver?
I love this quarterback because he's aggressive. He wants to take shots. He's looking for every opportunity to show off that cannon and that arm talent. He showed it to all of us right there.
Out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here.
And Moore just keeps moving. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right, and you see that blocking and all the holes open up, that's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps, and man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
On second down, just keeps firing. Quick strike complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. And the Huskers are on the move. Wide out in motion. With jet sweep pass. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. A little release to the back. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Third down coming.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. He looks that one in nicely. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. The Cornhuskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They want to just keep throwing it. And here's a fumble way behind the line. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. Third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58.
To have a kicker like this, it makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good...
He lobs one high down the left side. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air, and offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
After the incompletion, looking at second down. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. They'll leave it with him. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Now facing a third and long. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. There were serious revolutions on that third down pass, but it's incomplete. And the Buckeyes send out the punt unit. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
And why would they want to stop at this point? Everything they've dialed up, they've been able to execute, throwing and running the football.
And how critical is it for this defense to get a stop down right now before the half? They can create some momentum on their side by getting a stop before the half.
Going up top on first down. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. Now on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Well, this is a quarterback who's not known for his running ability, obviously. We've seen him make some great throws, but mobility, that's probably not on your bingo card. You saw it right there. He gets brought down for the sack.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Pulls it in inside the 10. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Nebraska! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17.
Ohio State, 7.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive.
Going for the big play. Reels it in as he goes out of bounds on the right side for a huge play.
Could this guy be the next receiver to bring home a Heisman Trophy? He's got everything you look for in a game changer at the receiver position. He's off to a great start in this one.
Dropping back, it's King. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback checking the play. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. No surprise, looks as if they'll be content just to head to the locker room. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Buckeyes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. The returner will field it and bring it back. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
He's looking to throw it. It's complete to the left. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
When you're a defense, you have a choice. Do you play man or do you play zone? They sat back in zone. That might change. They might change their mind and try to switch to man here shortly in the future.
Looking to move it through the air. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Wonder if they'll throw it again after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 49. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
On 3rd down, going up top. Finds his target down the middle. Oh, what a cut! And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. The Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Gonna throw it to the right. He's got his man. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. This defense backed up, goal to go, and the crowd's giving them some juice. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Snap it to the back.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find.
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Husker! This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Scanning the field, it's King. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this. Fires into traffic, picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great score.
Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And the beatdown has ensued. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game.
Going downfield for the big play. It's complete. A huge pickup. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. 2-point conversion attempt is coming. From the gun. He gets in there for the 2-point conversion, and now we have a 2-possession game. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
22.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
The give on the inside. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
And the Huskers will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man, making that big...
9 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but, man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch, and in this case, even catching the football. It was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Dropping back, it's King. He'll try to do it himself. Gets some yardage and gets down. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They're throwing for it on fourth down. He'll pull it down and run. Any way you can in your freshman season at quarterback, and he gets it done on the ground.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He's got his man. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. First and goal. The Buckeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up. The snap sets up to throw. Touchdown, Ohio State! And they take it in for 6 more points. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ball.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try. He wants to throw it. And the defense gets to him and snuffs out the 2, and they will draw no closer here. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
38, Ohio State, 28.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You can't let the same guy beat you over and over and over again. You got to make adjustments. Sometimes you got to bring more guys in the box, more guys to the football, and make sure he's not the one who beat you.
Just a 1-yard gain leaves him with 3rd and 9. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Makes the grab over the middle. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Cornhuskers are marching down the field. Give to the single back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
They'll put the tight end in motion. The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes a connection. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. The Huskers will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Got his man quickly. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Fast motion from the offense. Off play action. Gets it out quickly. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play, and they pick up a 1st down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Trying to use the speed on the jet sweep. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Never a doubt. And they'll push that lead out a little further. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll start this drive with a pass. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his speed as he moves those sticks. And the Buckeyes moving quickly to the line.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Looking left. Got his man downfield. And he's running in the open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. get things going. A huge play, and now attacking from just inside the red zone. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And here they come, almost all the way back. Lead in the game, and the confidence is building if only there's enough time to finish.
Time is ticking, but, man, you gave yourself a chance now. Now the defense, go out, do your job. We got the momentum. If you give me the ball back, I'm going to win. Let's go, defense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Getting some heat. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down.
That is a great example of the D-line playing with tremendous awareness. That player knew he was not going to get to the quarterback. He wasn't going to sack him. So he slowed himself down, got under control, located the quarterback, and then got his big paws in the air to knock it away.
He finds his man. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. And the Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run it to keep the clock moving.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Your leader.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the 1st down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And he just throws it away. We're looking for on 3rd down, 4th down coming up. The Cornhuskers will bring the punt team onto the field. Wants to return it. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to take the lead in this football game.
So they got to be feeling good. They did their part, score. Your defense does your part, Jesse. This offense, keep that momentum. I would say stay aggressive here.
And just keep doing what you were doing on that last drive, right? Well, whatever was working for you, just go back. Keep using those same playmakers to allow you to go down here and score a touchdown.
Looking for a man. It's King. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
The give from the gun. What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Keeps the legs moving. Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on second down. He's looking to throw. Quickly to the tight end. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. A really nice day from this quarterback. Over 350 yards passing now, Jeff.
He's had a plan all game long. He just seems to find his best matchups, and he's done an awesome job giving his guys opportunities to make plays.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking to throw, it's King. Pocket starts to collapse. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
This really has been a master class by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
After the misfire, now on second down. It's complete on the right side. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
This guy has a chance to bring home the Heisman Trophy this year because he continues to make plays week in, week out. Doesn't matter who's guarding him, what coverages you play. This guy finds ways to make plays for his offense.
On first down from the 13-yard line. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback on the keeper. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. He's looking for an open man on second down. They're trying to get to him. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Working that left side now. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Deep into the fourth quarter of this game, down by 6. They'll have to go for it on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Quarterback strolling away from heat.